everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Here we've got two teams who will look to their running backs to try to control the pace of the game. It's Peterson's Cardinals going up against Gore's Colts.
Thank you, Larry. We welcome you to the heart of the Hoosier State in the Circle City of Indianapolis, Indiana, at Lucas Oil Stadium. Just a short time ago, smoke from the pyrotechnics filled the dome as the Colts made their way out of the locker room. We're set for football as the Colts get set to match up with the Arizona Cardinals. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Try and run for the first time with Freeman. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Freeman. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped. But I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now Luck. They go with a screen to Gore. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Now it's Freeman. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Luck showing he can be dangerous when he tucks it and runs. He's able to pick up the first down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now a play fake here on first down. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Gave a glimpse of his power that time. And then brought down at the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15 he goes. And the 8th play on this drive coming up. This is Freeman. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Stepping up, he'll try and run. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. There'll be some contact going on.
So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Here's Freeman. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Devontae Freeman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Brissett now on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you maintain possession, that's all you're looking for.
And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on 2nd down. It's 3rd and long for Brissett. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Jonathan Hankins in there to drop him. And back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Here's Andy Lee now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Well, good move by T.Y. Hilton. When it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Throwing is locked. Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. They'll face a third down conversion attempt here, 3rd and 3. Bluff. Forced out to his left. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So Luck is out on the sidelines getting looked at. And they'll turn it over to the Wisconsin product, Scott Tolzien. On the counter, Devontae Freeman. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
Now Tolzien, his first throw since coming on. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Now Tolzien. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, surprise, surprise, partner. No, we know it's not a surprise. When you try to complete a pass against this Cardinals defense, there's a reason that they are known as the no-fly zone.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Second down, Brissett. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. First down carry here for Johnson. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
On second down, Johnson. Past the 20. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big run there by Johnson. 47 yards.
Here we go.
They'll run it with Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes. So they will hold on to the ball.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They'll try to throw now. Brissett. And he will score. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fairly short kick, taken at the 14 here. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. A reminder, coming up tonight, Green Bay visits Atlanta. All sorts of storylines there. A playoff rematch, also the opening of Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And then on Monday night, the Giants host the Lions.
So the Giants play on Sunday night and Monday night to open the season.
Yeah, 2 under the lights. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. On 2nd down, here's Locke. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he'll give it here to his running back. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We'll come back to Indianapolis right after this. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. From the gun, here's Locke. Being chased out left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Tyus Bowser in there to bring him down, and it'll be a play to remember for that young man. The first sack of his NFL career. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. To throw is Locke. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Vinatieri now on to try the field goal for the Colts. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
And Adam Vinatieri still going strong at the age of 44. The oldest player in the NFL entered the league in 1996.
And to put that into perspective, his age, you know who was born in December of 95? This year's #1 overall pick. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Colts pick it up. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A big play there. His his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. It's good to make it 17-7. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, look at the juke. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. They're in the second quarter at Heinz Field. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. They'll get their receiver involved here. It's Brown. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Cardinals got to go quickly. Hustling to the line. On the toss, here's Johnson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So it'll be first down here after the run. Out of the gun, Brissett. And his throw is incomplete. Jeff Swain, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Throwing again, Brissett on 2nd and 10. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. And on 3rd down, the Colts have added an extra defensive back.
Flooding the passing lanes.
Come on, let's go! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Brissett now. And able to find John Brown. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Hey, tight end right. Watch tight end. Come on, let's go! Try 38!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to work. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. Shift together here from the D-line. On 1st and 10, Brissett. Over the middle here to Brown. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Cardinals got to go quickly, hustling to the line. A 2nd down throw for Brissett. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
Now Brissett. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. And we're going to get a timeout. with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 34. And the 13-year man puts it through. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? They're in the second quarter at Heinz Field. Early on, it's the Vikings in the driver's seat. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And they start the second half with Johnson. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it. And that's exactly what he tried to do on that play, but it didn't gain him any yardage.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. From the gun, here's Brissett. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. That's the rookie from Ohio State, Malik Hooker, with the INT. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before? And Freeman lost the football. But I believe the Colts were able to fall on this when they were. And so possession will remain with Indy. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. But in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down.
Now, that was a designed run. Now, remember, if a quarterback goes feet first, he's protected. But if he dives head first, he's not. On that play, he figured the risk was worth the reward.
On first down, it's Love. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Colts on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Luck. Steps away to his left. His throw caught at about the 5. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jack Doyle, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Colts add on to their lead. And the lead is up to 14. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Let's go. 1, 9.
On 3rd down, Brissett. And he fires one, but incomplete.
And we're into the second half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Andy Lee now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. This is taken around the 12. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. And if you're the defense and those D tackles, you like that they're trying to run the football here against your 4-3, don't you?
Yeah, because they tend to eat things up because they are so strong and physical, and especially when they play with leverage where they get lower than the offensive linemen and control them. And what I love about the good defensive tackles, they can play over the guards, they can slide and play over the center. Nobody in the offense likes that day when they have to deal with those.
And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Chandler Jones. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. The Colts send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Elsewhere, a 3rd quarter score. And the Bears have scored again. They've got that one on cruise control. Oh, and he's taken down here by his face mask by the looks of it. And a penalty flag is going to give a much better starting position. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses.
Here we go.
A first down throw for Brissett. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Jaron Brown, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
On 2nd down, Brissett again. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep.
I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. It's the rookie out of Florida, Quincy Wilson, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Touchdown, Indianapolis! Devontae Freeman, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. 2nd down following the run. Brissett. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Malik Hooker, the rookie safety, his first NFL pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? Yeah.
Let's go!
Here's Brissett. And this one complete to Jermaine Gresham. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
That throw has to be a quarterback's dream, doesn't it? Big tight end, curling in the middle of the field, so it's great sight lines for him. And when they show their numbers back to the quarterback, when they sit down right there, that should be pitch and catch.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Again, it's Johnson. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Brissett on 3rd and 2. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's caught. Nelson. 20 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Cardinals a 1st down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Henry Anderson in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Let's go.
Brissett now on 2nd down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. Dumping it off for Johnson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 4th down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Come on, let's go. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round. Flex round.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it is incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. 10 yards still left on 2nd down. A 20th carry now for Freeman. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. And now the Cardinals are going to use another timeout. That's going to be their 2nd. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, Luck. Flush to his right. And he's got Fitzgerald. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On 2nd down, Freeman. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Throwing on 3rd down, Luck. They go with a screen to Gore. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. Vinatieri now on to try the field goal for the Colts. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They go to Johnson again, and he works free. David Johnson on his way. 20, 10, and he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Colts. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. 2nd down and 10. Luck gonna throw it. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. A gain of 39 that time. And now the offense operates in the red zone. They'll run here with Freeman. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Things are rocking easy here in the fourth quarter. They've got to feel pretty good about this one. Actually, they've got to feel excellent. Tough loss in the opener. No way they wanted to go 0-2.
I don't want to read too much into it, but psychologically, is there something much bigger about 0-2 than 0-1?
Oh, without a doubt, and here's the biggest one. Guys like you and me, all the media, are going to talk about, well, you know how hard it is to make the playoffs when you start 0-2, and that starts to work its way through a team.
And now they're working towards 1-1. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. A fourth quarter score now from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. That is now a 2-touchdown game with the Steelers in the driver's seat. If they hold on, a victory there would be their third of the year. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. See if they stay on the ground for second down. From the shotgun, it's Brissett. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Throwing, Brissett. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
Little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Brissett to throw on first. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier.